Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sochinandan Datta from Eco Learning, learning from home. So today we will discuss about the population biology. So first of all, what is population? So population is the total number of interbreeding individual of a species found in a geographical area who share and compete for similar resources. So there are lots of technical terms. In a simple word, the population is a group of organism found in a particular region. So suppose in a particular region there is a lots of x individual. So this is the population x. Okay, so and they are interbreeding because they need to be, they are reproductively isolated, they have to be a single species. Okay, single species organism, a group of single species organism in a particular area, and they compete for similar resources. So this is the population. Now population dynamic. Okay, so there are three or four key features of the population. These are the size, density, dispersion and age distribution. Okay, so size means the number of individual in a particular area. What about the number of individual? How many individual are present in this particular area? So this is the size of the population. Then density of the population means the number of individual in a certain space. So number of individual present in a certain space. Suppose this is the area of 10 square kilometer. This is the area of 10 square kilometer. And there are around 1000 tiger are there. Okay, 1000 tiger is there. So whatever the density is, the 1000 by 10 is equal to 100 per square kilometer. So this is the density of tiger in this particular region. And dispersion means how they are spread out across the range. Is they are spread out is randomly. So if they are spread out here, there, in a particular region, they are spread out here, there, then it is a random distribution. Dispersion. Uniform, they spread out uniformly. Okay, so like here they are spread out uniformly. So this is the uniform dispersion. And clumped means they make a clump, they make a group, so like a fish population is always as a school. So they make a group and so this is the clumped population. And the age distribution means the proportion of the individual at each age. What is the age different? Three age are there in general. Okay, so pre-reproductive, reproductive and post-reproductive. So these are the three age. So that I will discuss here, the age pyramid. So age pyramid means the pre-reproductive, reproductive and post-reproductive. Suppose in a population, so it's the age 1 to 70. Suppose we are taking 1 to 70 in a human population. And here is the reproductive age is the from, suppose make it 15 or 20 to 50, and 50 to 70 is the post-reproductive. Okay, so in a population, if the pre-reproductive individual number of individual is much more than the reproductive and post-reproductive, then the population is called increasing or expanding population, and this shape is triangular shape. Example, the Kenya population, India population, they are the expanding population. Then the stable population, when the pre-reproductive age, post-reproductive age are almost similar, and also the pre-reproductive, reproductive, post-reproductive almost, there will be not that much of difference. So it's the stable population. Like example, Bill-Shaped US. Then decline population, where the reproductive age is much more than the pre-reproductive age, or young population is the very less in compared to the reproductive or the old population, old age population, then it is called a decline population. Then the population will be decline. This is the urn shaped. The like example, Germany, Italy, Japan, these are the example of this decline population. Next, the population growth. So what the population growth? Population means a total individual in a particular region okay, in a single species. So this is the population. How the population getting adding to this population, increasing due to the natality. Natality means this is the birth rate. So birth rate giving adding to the population. And on the other hand, mortality. Mortality means the death rate. It's deleting, or it's the reducing the population due to the dead population is decline, so it's giving negative impact on the population. And immigration one from the somewhere, it's coming to this population, so it's giving adding to the population also, okay. Immigration and immigration means the from this population, the some individual of this population are going away from this population. This give the negative to this population. So what the equation of this population growth, n at t, or population at time t is equal to population at time t plus 1 plus b plus i, birth rate plus immigration, so they are giving to positive to the population, okay. And on the minus mortality and immigration, they are giving negative to the population. So this is the equation of population growth rate. Then the environmental limits to the population growth. There are lots of factors that are limiting, or that are give some barrier to the population growth. These are the two factors. One is the independent factor, density dependent factor, and another is the density independent factor. What is density dependent factor? It is the biotic factor of the environment that have an increased effect as the population size increase, like disease, competition and parasite. If the population is increasing, the rate of the disease is also increasing. If the population is increasing, the competition is also increasing among the population. If the population is increasing, then infection of a parasite is also increasing in the population. So this is the dependent factor of the population. In other hand, the independent factor, this is the abiotic factor of the environment that affect the population regardless of their density, means temperature and weather. If the temperature is increasing in a region, like in desert region, there will be population is also decline. If the temperature is also low, mean like in Arctic region where is the temperature is very low, there is a population is also decline. So population temperature increase or temperature decrease, whatever it is, the population is decrease. So temperature does not dependent on the temperature. So this is the independent factor. Next, the population growth model. So there are two types of population growth model. One is the exponential growth model and another is the logistic growth model. So exponential growth model means according to the time, the population number or population size is increasing. So this is called a J-shaped graph. So the equation is d dt is equal to Rn, whereas your R is B minus D. That is the birth rate minus death, that is the growth rate. R means that is the growth rate. So growth rate R is equal to B minus D into N, that is the d dt is this is the exponential growth curve. In case of logistic growth curve, according to time increasing, the population size have a unique pattern. At the initial time, the population is a very slow growth rate, and then there is, after this, the population has a huge growth rate, okay, and after that the population is much more stable. So this three structure is the lag phase of this population. This is the lag phase, and this is the log phase, and this is the stationary phase. Okay, so this is the three type of growth in a population, and whatever and there will be one carrying capacity, that is the line, that is the environmental carrying capacity, the population never beyond this line, okay. So whatever the equation, so d dt is the rate of growth is equal to Rn. R is equal to means growth rate into 1 minus n by k, where is the k is the carrying capacity. Why this 1 minus n by k? If the population n is greater than your k, then what happen? Then this factor will be negative. Then the population is also negative. So that's why carrying capacity, the population individual number of individual never beyond this carrying capacity. It's always into the level of carrying capacity. So this is the logistic growth model. Next the population growth strategy. So population growth strategy, there are two type of. One is the R selected species and another K selected species, or R strategy or K strategy. In case of R strategy, there are the short lifespans, very small body, reproduce very quickly and have many offspring and little parental care. So they always follow the J-shaped growth curve. Okay, and example are cockroach, weeds, and bacteria. So they have very small lifespan. Lots of individual offspring. So this is the art strategy. In terms of case strategy or case selected species, they always follow the sigmoid shape curve because there will be carrying capacity in this population. Okay, so they have very long lifespan, large body size, reproduce very slowly, like elephant reproduce 12 year in once. Very few offspring, like 1 to 5, not more than that, or might be 10. Very high parental care, like human, tiger, and elephant. So this is the case strategies in the population growth. Next is the demography. Demography means nothing but the study of human population. How the human population is growing. So this is called the demography. Demographer study the population growth rate, age structure. I earlier discussed we pre-reproductive, reproductive, post-reproductive, and the geographical distribution in a particular region or the different geographical distribution. So human population has increased exponentially. So what about the human population is follow the J-shaped growth curve, is always growing exponentially, and human are always able to reduce the environmental impact. Reduce the environmental impact means that they are able to reduce this carrying capacity. That does not follow this. They are enough to avoid this carrying capacity, so their growth is always this. So they are always exponential growth. So this is demography. Now if you see the human population growth last 100 years, then if you see this growth will be this. After 1950s, the human population of the world is increasing drastically, okay, due to the revolution of technology. Next, the population interaction. This is thing that the population, in a population, the two species A or species B, or two population, how they are interact to each other. Like first, mutualism. Mutualism means once both the species are getting positive from each other. So one species is also getting benefit from other species, and other species also getting benefit from other species. So this is mutualism. Predation means one species getting benefit from one and other species getting negative, like tiger eating deer. Okay, so tiger is positive and deer is negative due to predation. Then parasitism. Parasite is also getting positive, whereas the host is always negative. Okay, so that is the parasitism. Parasite positive, host is negative. Now in competition, in case of competition, the competition for a similar resources, the two organisms of a same species, they are also fighting to each other to get the same resources. So in this case, they both are negative. Okay, the two tiger is fighting for a deer. Okay, so that is the competition. Then the commensalism. Commensalism means the one species is getting positive from other species, but whether the other species doesn't have any impact on this other species. Okay, so like suppose there are lots of example we discuss in later. Okay, and Amensalism, that the one species have a negative impact on the other species, but on the other side the other species doesn't have any impact of the other species. So this is the Amensalism. One is negative, one is zero. Now discuss about one by one. So first of all, we discuss about the mutualism. So what is mutualism? Mutualism is the interaction between the two individuals of different species where both of them are benefited. So this is the thing, both of them are benefited and the none of them are capable of living separately. So they need each other. Like this honeybee is required this flower to take their honey. This is their food. And on the other way, this flower is also need this honeybee for their pollination. So this is the pollinator, seed dispersal. Then nitrogen fixing bacteria, Anabina, Azolla, they have also mutualistic symbiotic or mutualistic relationship between them. Next is the predation. Predation means the interaction between two species when the the one species is capture kill to other species. Okay, so predation, as I still told about it, tiger eating deer, so this is the predation. Okay, so tiger, deer, hog eating insect. There will be one good example between predation, that is the hare and the lynx. So this is the hare population. Blue is the hare population increasing. When the when it is increasing, then the lynx is also increasing. Lynx is when increasing, then the hare is decreasing. Lynx is again decreasing, the hare is also increasing. So this is the game of prey predator. One is increasing, other is decreasing. One is increasing, other is decreasing. So it's the game about from prey predator interaction. Then the parasitism. Parasitism is the interaction between the two living organism of different species, when one is called the parasite and other is and this parasite which is obtained food directly from the other organism, that is called host. Okay, so that is the host and parasite interaction. So this is the example as the lice, leech, ascaris, tinea. So these are the parasites. So like leech is taking blood from the any individual, any organism. Like there are lots of type of parasite. Here we discuss about few different types of parasite, like ectoparasite and endoparasite. Ecto means it's outside of the body, like leech, lice, they are the ectoparasite. Endoparasite means the inside of the body. So this ascaris, tinea, they are the endoparasite. Then temporary parasite means they are for a certain time period, they are a parasite to this host. Permanent parasite, this for whole permanently they are parasite to the host body, like Escherichia coli. E. coli is the host of a parasite to the human body. Okay, then the facultative parasite. Facultative means they have to need a parasite, they have to need a host to parasite for a particular region of their life cycle. So they have to, so they are facultative parasite. Then hollow parasite means that their whole life cycle, whole lifetime they are parasite, but semi parasite, for a certain time period of their lifespan they are act as a parasite. Then the brood parasite, or it is called also social parasite. Social parasite, that is the cowkill lay their egg in the nest of the crow. Okay, so this is a social parasite. Okay, then the competition. Competition is the interaction between two organisms which both of the organism are humped. So this is the thing. Okay, both the organism are humped between them. So like, so for one deer, both the tiger are fighting. Okay, so this is the competition, and the competition are also two type also, and they are also for same resources. Competition are two type. One is the intra-specific and one is the inter-specific. So intra-specific means that both the hyena or wild dog is fighting to take this deer. Okay, so the similar species, same species, competition between the same species. And inter-specific means competition between different species, like this tiger and hyena fighting for this deer. Okay, so this is the competition. And there is also in between the competition there is the resource partitioning. Okay, resource partitioning is the thing that the different species in a group there will be three species. Okay, they are taking they're partitioning their resources to reduce the competitions. Like suppose A is taking food from here, B species taking for the middle region, C species taking for the lower region. So they are competing to each other to reduce their competition. So this is the resource partitioning. Here the example is given. Okay, then the competitive exclusive principle, that is also called the Gauss principle or Gauss competitive exclusive principle. It states that two species compete to each other and for same resources they cannot coexist. Like suppose here is the example, there is the first one in a tree, there will red bird will be there. Okay, but later on one bird is blue bird is also coming, and they are also competing to each other to, because this is the same resources they are taking food, so they are similar resource but they are competing to each other. And after this competition they can't coexist. So after the competition, who is win, he is situated in the upper part and lower part, he is also, and who is lost, he is confined him or herself in a particular, only a particular region of the tree. That is happening, that is called the Gauss competitive exclusive principle. Then the commensalism. Commensalism means the interaction between the two individual of two species, which one is benefited and other is not harm, not benefited. Okay, so one is benefited and one is plus one and another is zero. Okay, like suckerfish and shark. So here the suckerfish is attached to the body of the shark, so it's get the protection from the other species. So no one can harm the suckerfish, but the shark doesn't get anything from the suckerfish. So this is the commensalism, like cattle egret and cattle. So due to the cattle are moving in this field, and due to the his movement the insect are coming out, and this insect are eaten by this cattle egret. So cattle egret getting positive from this cattle, but this cattle or this cow have nothing to get from this cattle egret. So that is the commensalism. Next is the Amensalism. Amensalism, there it is the interaction between the two member of different species, of which the one species does not allow to the other member to grow or to live near it. Means one is negative and another is zero. Like here is a very good example due to the algal bloom. So due to the algal bloom, the fish is dying. So algal bloom is giving negative to this fish. Okay, but the fish doesn't giving to anything to this algae. So algae getting zero from this fish, but fish is dying due to this algae. So this is a amensalism. Okay, like some example is the penicillium does not allow to grow the staphylococcus bacteria. So penicillium does not allow to staphylococcus bacteria, but what the penicillium get from staphylococcus bacteria, that is the zero, nothing. Okay, so that is about amensalism. So that's all. Thank you for listening this population ecology. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe our channel and share our channel, and please hit the bell icon to get the future video from our channel. Thank you.